Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. I wish to speak with you today about the breadth and depth of your identity. Living on this plane, that which is central, at least in the beginning, is your identity with your body. When a baby is first born, it doesn't quite see itself as separate from those around it. And there are certain civilizations and certain countries where the weaning process is very different than perhaps in the Western countries. For instance, this one has learned that in Uganda, for the first year of life, the baby never leaves the mother's body. Never. Baby is carried, and its only job is to kind of explore the mother's body. And they are so in tune that when the time is appropriate, the mother comes out of line and brings the baby over to the bushes so the baby can relieve itself. And a woman had asked this mother, well, if you don't use diapers, how do you know when your baby has to relieve itself? And the mother was shocked at this question. She said, well, how do you know? That's how in tune the mother was with this baby. And as it turned out, these babies being carried for that year develop much more quickly than any other babies in other countries. They hit all the developmental milestones much sooner. But there's something about this shared identity with the mother that's beneficial, at least at first. Sooner or later, we come to identify with ourselves and see ourselves as separate from those around us. And this works for a while. But in college, this one studied a book about the art of loving by Erich Fromm. And Fromm pointed out that most people, when asked who they love, really couldn't go beyond their family. Who do they really love? They love their family. And his point was that that's not really love. It's almost like the central tribalism. It's wonderful to love your family, but the real challenge is to extend your identity to include someone other than yourself or your immediate family. When a person can't get beyond their own fingers and toes, when they're only interested in themselves, when they see themselves as separate from everyone else, and other people are seen as a way to gratify oneself, we call them a narcissist. But to take your identity and to see that the love that you have just for your family is such that when something good happens to them, it feels like something good is happening to you. That's a step in the right direction. I want to suggest that you just consider extending your identity beyond your family and then beyond all the places where you feel like you're in part of a tribe. So that your identity shares the joy and sorrow of those around you in a compassionate and loving way. Let yourself expand so that you go beyond people who look like you or act like you or think like you or believe like you and start to see that that's these other people, they're you too. Let yourself expand beyond your friends into your community, beyond your neighborhood, but really into your community, and see if you can include everyone in your community as part of yourself and ultimately as yourself. And as you take a deep breath, allow that identity to expand and expand to include people in other parts of the country and then people in other countries. And perhaps beings who aren't on the earth as part of your family. The way that you love and benefit from your family is greatly enhanced as you expand your family, as you see shared interests and have compassion for every human experience and beyond. In this way, you're releasing the threat that anyone could be to you. There is no threat when you see them as yourself. There is only love and understanding and acceptance and a desire to continue in that fashion, to grow, so that your orientation is to help others and thereby help yourself, to love others and thereby love yourself, to identify with others and therefore identify with your true self. Let your being encompass all, because it does. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.